No. Door's got his answer ready, chain crossed over the glass, handwritten hours in the window say I'm late, like always. Metal gate rolled down tight, bold, proud in its place. Blink of a motion sensor, then nothing, just my face. Walk past numbers and names, buzzers that used to know mine. Plastic flowers in the foyer, curling under exit signs. Inside, a flicker of blue screens, frames nailed straight on the wall. Someone laughs behind drywall, sound thuds, then falls. Bakeries, racks sit empty, floor dust on the tile. My breath clouds on the outside, leaves a marker, then slides. Mail piled up in the lockbox, circulars nobody wants. My name on old subscription lists, wrong address, same font. Hotel lobbies dark in marble, luggage carts lined in rows. Bell on the counter, silent, polished, waiting, pose. Elevator doors stay resting, no arrows pointing up, just my reflection splitting in the brush steel cut. Corner store sign reads closed, letters missing, still enough. Cardboard covers the coolers, one tube light hums, then gives up. I can see the aisles in memory, bright labels, shifting bills. Now it's only taped up posters, peeling back, refusing still. I pass a church with locked handles, bulletin dates weeks old, tasty letters on the notice board, promises ready told. Across an office reception, plants pressed against the pane, swivel chairs for other midterm, frozen in someone else's day. Key in my pocket does nothing, not for these gates and halls. I know every code I don't know, every unanswered call. I keep counting metal thresholds, counting how long I've roamed. Every closed door that won't have me starts to sound like home. Last bus hits over an hour ago. Puddles holding on the red and green. Shop doors locked, metal teeth pulled tight. My boots, the only beat left on this street. A taxi rolls by, empty eyes. Radio mumbling some old sad tune. Steam from a grate, breathing slow, like the city finally talking low and true. I lean on this brick, paint flecked and tired. Feel the cold crawl through my coat. Watch a fly peel, corner by corner, like it's trying to let go, but it don't. Windows upstairs, curtains barely move. Someone laughs once, then it's gone. The stray dog trots past, nose to the ground. Same circuit every night till dawn. I count the crosswalk lights turning over, for nobody waiting to cross. Hear my own steps echo back at me, arguing which one of us is boss. Sirens far off, dull and distant, just a rumor running through the dark. A paper cup rolls in, lazy circles, like it forgot where it parked. I stay out here after all that noise, after engine, after doors. When the city quits pretending it's awake and starts breathing from its core, I breathe with it, slow and steady, cold in my hands, burning my chest. Name every crack in this worn out block, like I'm memorizing what's left. Some folks run from nights like this, say it cuts too close to the bone. But I've learned to stand in the middle of it, let the quiet tell me I'm not alone. So I'll walk one more lap round this corner, past the closed sign, past the tracks, till the first pale buses come coughing in and give the city its nose back. Boot heels tap on cracked black paint, yellow lines fade where the sidewalk ain't. Breath hangs loose in the quiet cold, hands in my coat, let the pockets hold. No map folded, no bright signs call. I just follow, there's a rhythm echoing off brick walls. Shop window tires peeling. Talk about some past, a dog on a chain watches me drift by, eyes like he's asking if I know why. But I keep walking past the iron gate, trusting tired arches to argue with fate. Crosswalk homes on a blinking red, but my toes decide left turn instead. Gravel under soles writes its own tune, tiny stones preaching to a wandering moon. I don't chase meaning, I don't chase signs. I let broken pavement untangle my mind. Taxi rolls slow, headlights paint the curb. Driver leans over, mouth starts to form words. I shake my head, step back from the globe. This road's already telling me where to go. Piano in my chest, play soft and low. Every worn tendon tugs towards some unknown. Bridge rail rusted, river turns in sleep. Water keeps its stories folded down deep. I pause on a ride, listen to the tide, then heels pivot toward the lower side. Not chasing comfort, not chasing pain, just the pull of cobblestone through my veins. An alley yawns with a crooked grin, smell of old coffee, cardboard and tin. My feet slow down, then slip inside, like they recognize some long lost guide. Walls breathe secrets, air tastes like change. Steps trace circles, then widen their range. Storefront gate rattles in the breeze, paper cup rolling like it's trying to leave. I watch it spin till it finds a gutter. My boots answer with a softer flutter. I don't ask questions of this drifting course. Leather and laces lean on a quiet force. Far off siren draws a pale red line, fades to a murmur somewhere behind. I count each crack under callous skin, every little fault lets another thought in. I'm not lost, just loosely tied to whatever corner my soul's decide. Sooner or later, night thins to gray. Birdsong sketches the edge of the day. I don't speed up, I don't slow down, just breathe in deep this fading town. When the sun peeks over rust and stone, my feet come to resting where I feel known. So if you ask me how I got here tonight, I'll just look down at the scuffs and the white. Every scrape on the leather, every stain of the dust is a quiet confession of the roads I trust. let the engine side down. Hands on the steering wheel, white on the black. Every breath feels borrowed, like I'm trespassing in my own time. Diner on the corner, coffee gone cold. Chrome on the counter, clock humming low. I sit in that plastic booth, coat still on my back. Check the door, check the window, never let my shoulders fall slack. Bench at the bus stop, soak through the paint. Suit jacket sticking, tie coming loose. I lower myself halfway, feet still ready to move. Hear the hiss of the traffic, feel the city push me through. Stairwell to the hotel, flicker in the hall. Key in the lock, room breathing stale. I perch on the edge of the bed, shoes still on my feet. Coat collar up at my neck, like I'm leaving in my sleep. Everywhere I go, it's sit then rise. Never long enough to rest, just enough to realize. Chair, curb, cracked concrete. I'm gone before I'm warm, first in, first out, like I'm rented to the storm. So I circle these corners, like a name on a file, called and forgotten, stamped and shelved. I'm the coat on the hook that nobody claims. I sit down for a second, then I'm back out in the game.
Suitcase scuffed, handle half torn, ticket in my pocket, name almost worn off. Platform hums low, train sighs like it's tired too. I step on like I got some place to lose. Window, mud street, view comes in pieces, fields, rusted fences, old billboards, peeled faces, my seat leans crooked, springs talk when I breathe, I ride this iron line like I ain't trying to leave.
Station coffee bitter, cooling in my hand. A bench with chip paint, schedule I don't understand. Announcements blur together, numbers drift and slide. I stand, windows open, feet choose a ride. Motel sign buzzing, letters burned away. Room smells like cleaner, trying to erase yesterday. Bag hits the corner, I don't unpack a thing. Lie back on the blanket, listen to the pipes sing. Highway in the distance, soft, steady moan. Tires on wet gravel, metronome of being alone. Map on the nightstand folded, never spread wide. I move town to town, like the world just lets me glide. Barely close, I lace up my boots slow. Night comes and goes, door clicks behind me, key swing, small chain. I walk toward the station, rain writing its own name on the train.
I walk like every step is paid for. Heel down heavy on the broken line, dragging out the distance to the corner, buying one more moment from the clock this time. Storefront glass staring back too clean, my face cut up in crooked squares. I take the long way around the same old block, stretching out these quiet, borrowed stairs. Traffic light blinking like it's losing faith, cars roll past in a tired sway. I wait for one more empty crosswalk sign, holding off the pull of another day. I count my breaths like slow loose change, palms deep down in this fraying coat. Tall low even when I'm all alone, keeping every feeling on a short, tight rope. There's a diner door that knows my name, chrome handle warm by my right hand. I stand outside, trace circles in the dust, let the second hand sink in the canyons of my plan. I got a watch that runs a little late on purpose, like it owes me something true. If time is just a wheel rolling over our backs, I'm riding in the rattle, not the rush straight through. Tire tracks glisten in an oily groove. Moon caught thin in a tangle of wire. I move so slow, the night leans close, like it's curious how I never get tired. Somewhere windows slam, voices rise, sirens smear across the far-off blocks. I let it all pass, a distant play, warm an audience, careful with the applause. I could cut through alleys, chase the dawn, let morning spill over my shoes. But I fold my rule like a worn-out map, adding extra corners I don't use. These laces know this stubborn drag, boot scuff stories in a worn-out stone. I stretch each step till it almost snaps, keeping night alive by walking slow alone.
Got my collar turned up, but it ain't from the cold. It's these houses, these porches, looking older than old. Corner store on the left, same bell, same tide ring, same kid pushing scratch-offs like he's dealing in dreams. There's a crack in the sidewalk, looks just like the one back home. I step wide around it, like it's reaching for my bone. Past the diner window, red vinyl in every booth. I see your face, it ain't you, but it's wearing your youth. Crosswalk light is blinking like it knows my name. Every cross street sign spells out yesterday. So I circle the block, let the drizzle hide my tracks. Every shortcut my feet remember, I force myself to turn back. There's a door with chip paint, same color as our old place. I keep walking, eyes forward, heart running in place. I could cut through that alley, be home in half the time, but those brick walls lean in, whisper, oh, crooked lines. Some nights the city feels open, some nights it narrows like a throat. And I taste old stories rising every time I swallow hope. So I follow the bus line out past the last lit sign, where nobody knows my footsteps, where this name ain't tied to that life. I'll walk till the puddles thin out, till the echoes lose their pull, keeping clear of the corners where I used to feel full. Rain ticking on the awning above me, hands buried deep in my coat. Puddles tremble with passing headlights. I just listen to the water flow. Breath steaming like a tired engine, keys cold in the cup of my palm. Hours dragging their heels on the pavement. I stand here, holding on to calm. Old posters peeling by the doorway, colors faded, curling at the seams. My boots leave a dark little island in a world washing out at the knee. Time moves soft as a tide wiper across the glass of my mind. Seconds slip like loose chains dropping. I bend, but I leave them behind. Bus sighs, doors open then close, faces blur, and they're gone. I stay tucked in this narrow shelter, let the world carry itself along. I don't chase what's already leaving, I don't beg what refuses to stay. I just count each breath like a bee, let the night slowly wear away. Roof drips in a crooked rhythm, tiny taps along a rusted frame. Somewhere, someone is shouting. Here, no one calls my name. I could walk, but I keep on waiting for the sky to finish its say. Quiet patience in my coloring cups, letting time find its own way. My reflection swims in the window, blurred lines, tired eyes, faint frown. I almost reached and I remember I'm not here to drag the past down. So I lean on this chip brick corner, feel the ache settle then ease. Let the minutes loosen their laces and slip off one by one in the breeze. Rain softens to a gentle murmur, night thins at the edge of the town. I step out, slow into the open, leave those passing hours on the ground. City hum buzzing in my teeth. Tires hiss by like tired ghosts. I stop where the highway ribs the sky. Concrete ceiling, crooked bones. Puddles hold scraps of broken sky. Sirens smear across the dark. I lean on a pillow cold as worry. Let my heartbeat lose its march. Under this overpass I stand still. Let the engines talk to stone. Every breaking horn and murmur leaves a trail, then fades to foam. I test my name in a low growl. Let it roll along the beams. It comes back cracked and distant, like it belongs to someone else's dream. Somebody laughs up on the walkway. Footsteps drum and disappear. Their voice hangs, breaks into pieces. Tiny birds of sound in the heavy air. A train clanks somewhere behind me. Metal chanting in the dark. The bridge repeats each tired rattle. Turns hard rhythm into art. I say, I'm still here just to hear it. Climb the ribs, then tumble down. It comes back softer, a little wiser, dust on steel, then back to ground. Underpasses hold what people drop. Curses, jokes, and quiet prayers. The walls keep every last confession, stacked in layers, thin as air. I trace a crack with the tip of my boot, like a river dried and gone. Wonder where it started breaking, how long it's had to carry on. A bus sighs low on the far lane. Red lights breathe and then they fade. The echo nets each tired engine, lets it rest, then lets it stray. I talk about nothing just to fill it. Where the work, the news, my doubts. The bridge don't care about the meaning, only the way, the shape of sound. My voice comes back bent and blurry, worn around the edges slow. I hear the years I haven't lived yet in the tale of every note. Some nights I bring all my trouble, lay it out in scraps and chords. Hum a line, slide it up the fretboard, let it ring against the boards. Piano keys in my memory, soft as breath on someone's hand. I tap the rhythm on cold railing, hear it answer like a band. High above, lights keep on changing, green to red to pale gold. Down here, time just pools in corners, thick and quiet, taking hold. When I'm too wide for my pillow, too worn out to play the brave, I walk back under these old girders, let the echoes learn my name again. Then I fall silent just listening. Cars, the clatter, someone's phone, all of it caught in this gray cradle. Held a moment, then let go. I push off the pillar, keep walking, boots, heels fading down the road. Behind me the bridge repeats my leaving, till even that sound grows old.
Wet coat, hands in my sleeve. Train's 2 hours gone, I still won't leave. Clock over the door says, son, you're late, but my boots stay planted like they came to wait. Buzzes come, faces blurring past, suitcases roll across a broken glass. Ticket in my pocket, folded, never torn. Name printed clean, like a life I never wore. Phone in my hand, black silent stone. Got a whole list of numbers I don't want a phone. I could take any road, any turn, any town, but I lean on this railing and just stare down. It tastes like storms, metal, dust and bricks. Somebody laughs too loud till the laughter breaks. I watch their stories pull away in the dark, engines drawing lines I never let start. There's a bench by the wall, colder than it looks. Old gum, old names, scratched in like cheap books. I trace one letter, then let it go. Can't tell if it's mine or someone I used to know. Every passing headlight paints me in white and gray, like I'm pinned to the frame of a life on delay. I'm not waiting on you, I'm not waiting on a train. I'm just stuck in this moment with a heart that won't explain. Rain lines the windows like bars in reverse. Outside's wide open, inside's the curse. Feet could move easy, body feels light, but I stand here counting cracks in the night. Maybe I missed it, whatever it was. Some quiet beginning that never got buzz. So I'll give it a minute, then 1 minute more. standing here for? I'll shrug, say just thinking, and glance at the door. But the truth sits deeper than words I can say. I'm waiting on nothing, and it won't go away.
Water in the gutter, coats flapping down this busted road. Shoes bite at my ankle, but I keep that rhythm slow. Breath burning in my chest, like rust inside these bones. Heart counting out the steps, mind humming, walking on. Windows all blacked over, curtains pulled like tired eyes. Taxi tires hissing, cutting lines through dirty light. My knees drag like anchor, every step feels twice as high. I lean into the incline, tell the herd that's standing by. Everyone out storefront knows the weight I'm hauling through. Paint peeled off the letters, names of places I once knew. I passed a busted payphone, hear it ringing in my head. Voices from a younger day saying, boy, don't you forget. Breath comes short and shallow, ribs tight like a locked up door. Sweat crawling down my back, blueprints filling up the floor. My legs start writing letters, shaky scribble across the ground. They ask me if we're quitting, I reply, you turn me down. Oh. I got blisters over blisters, stacked like bad debts coming due. Pulse drumming under callous, like it's trying to break on through. City hums around me, distant sirens, distant trains. But inside it's quiet, steady one thought keeping me awake. Walk me past my body, past the ache and cramp and bend, past the stitch that claws my side, till the muscle calls it ends. Let the tendons start their trembling, let the thighs give in and slide. I'll be dragging what's left forward, mind driving from inside. Face turn to the weather, let it sting and let it sting. Every drop a little hammer, tap, tap, tapping at my skin. But there's an old vow in my jawline, set deeper than the ache. I was built to keep on going, even if the frame will break. So if you see me folding, knees buckled on this broken ground, hands pressed flat to concrete, breath lost without a sound. No, I walked this whole place over, till the nerves all lost their fire. Body laying where it ended, but my mind still miles higher. Call her up, boots finding cracks, puddles hold their breath as I pass. Storefront glass throws my face back thin. Looks like a stranger I might have known once. Cars hiss by like they've got a place to be. I track the sound, not the road in front of me. Crosswalk light flips, I don't speed up or slow. Lines on the asphalt, running out of somewhere to go. Past the church, where my name's on a folded card. Same old stone steps, grown another coat of yard. Bell doesn't ring, but I hear what it would say. So I count my steps and I walk the other way. Couple on a doorway, arguing over keys. Her voice cuts sharp, his answer comes on its knees. I stare at my boots like they're telling me what's next. Left, right, left, keep the mind complex. Wind works the corners like it's frisking every door. Finds the thin places under my coat, at my core. I taste the metal of a word I won't speak. Spit it on the curb, heel it down the street. Out past the tram line, shops thin to shuttered brick. Billboards peel, names of things that didn't stick. Dog on a chain, eyes track me then give in. Even he can see I'm not out to win. Breath-making ghosts that don't hang in the air, each one gone quick, like it knows I wouldn't care. Hands in my pockets, palms learn every frayed seam. You keep moving long enough, you blur your own scene. Side road bends toward houses with the yellow rooms. Curtains twitch brief, then fall back into their looms. I walk straight on where the pavement starts to fray, past the last front gate where the numbers fall away. Gravel underfoot now, sound goes rough and low. Feels like I'm walking through the throat of a crow. City hum behind me fades to a distant day. I don't turn around, I don't pump the brake. Sky hang heavy over fields that used to grow. Mud takes my print, but it doesn't want to know. I'm not hunting answers or a place to make a stand. Just letting this distance use up what I am. Edge of town behind me, edge of night ahead. Feet keep working long after the thoughts go dead. If you ask where I'm going, there's nothing I could say. I walk to dodge the moment I'd have to stay. Green light hanging over cracked white lines, distant siren, then it dies. Storefront windows, blank as my face. My footsteps drag slow through the space. Crosswalk ticking, little red man fades. I move on instinct, like I've always stayed. Hands in pockets, color up to my ears. Breath folds upward, then disappears. Heard our names once from an upstairs room. Now it's hum of a cooler and a vending tune. Trash bag rustles somewhere I can't see. Every sound in this city asks who I used to be. White paint peeling off the curbside stone. This lane for turning, I just walk home. Eyes on the gutter where the lost coins sleep. One more crossing feels a little too deep. Red brick sweating, old July heat. I measure out the distance in the soles of my feet. You took the last cab, I took the long way round. Wide empty streets where we laid things down. Signal hums quiet over my head. No car coming, still I check again. Stand in the middle, hear my pulse run slow. If there's a way back, these lines don't show. Corner shop closing, metal teeth come down. Echo of the clatter ripples through town. I trace our argument on the crosswalk paint. Every word so tidy, every feeling faint. Step off the island into painted sea. Wide stripes stretching out ahead of me. Name on my tongue, but let it fall. Sky staying silent, brick staying tall. Last window glowing, small yellow square. Somebody laughing in another chair. I walk right past it, eyes on my shoes. Wide empty streets and nothing to lose. One more corner, one last beat. Slow breath, slow boots, crossing wide empty streets. Headlights crawl along the river, red-tail trails on the black glass road. I walk this cracked up crooked sidewalk, hands in my coat, heart running cold. Up there on the 7th story, blue TV flicker paints the room. Two shapes arguing in circles, talking like a slow, familiar doom. Across the way, yellow kitchen, one small kid in a paper crown. Plastic fork left over birthday, he's spinning in circles, no one around. Next floor up I see an old man, bent back feeding some gray cat. Mouth moves over folded fingers, praying to a face in a photograph. Corner flat with the torn up curtain, silhouette pacing left to right. Phone pressed tight to a trembling jawline, she keeps checking that empty drive. One floor down, a single woman, bathrobe, glass of something clear, laughing at some rerunning, but the laugh don't reach her ears. Dirty train slides by the river, windows packed with tired eyes. Briefcase, backpack, broken halo, all of them ghosts just passing by. Crosswalk light keeps changing colors, tells me move and then stand still. I lean back against the brickwork, let the night decide my will. Office tower, late lit corner, man alone with a glowing screen. Tie off sleeves, rolled eyes burning, trapped inside a prophet dream. 3 floors down, a crowded table, chairs pulled tight, they clink their glass. Someone's telling some old story, trying hard to drag.
eyes like crooked blinds. One more square of borrowed light. Every frame a little movie, starting, ending, out of sight. My face floats in every window, faint and fading, walking thin. I'm the stranger on the sidewalk, watching everyone but never walking in. Kitchen smells leak through a vent grate. Garlic, coffee, burned white toast. Somewhere up there's someone singing, off-key humming to some worn-out hope. I trace names on rusty railing, names I'll never get to speak. City breathing through these windows, I just listen, I don't breathe. Curtains close like slow confession. One by one the rooms go dark, but some stay on till early morning, holding tight to their small sparks. I turn home past tired taxis, shoes wet, collar pulled up high, carrying all those lit up windows like quiet bruises in my eyes.